Welcome, guys. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today, we are going to get into y'all beautiful little niece, Brin. Disclaimer number one, it is rainy and gloomy. So, sorry for the darker lighting. But I think it is perfect lighting for her today. And of course, I touch the tripod about every 2 seconds. So, I apologize in advance for that. But we're going to get into baby Brin today and we're going to talk a little bit about customs. Won't be a long video. Let's hop right into it. So, this is the brand kit by Lisa Sylvia. I do believe Lisa Sylvia has passed. I'm not 100, so please don't quote me. If I am wrong, forgive me. But I do believe that she passed away. And if that is true and accurate, may she rest in peace. But this is the brand kit by Lisa Sylvia. And she was reborn and brought to life here at the Taja Collection, painted and rooted by me. Um, I love. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, this mic, sometimes that light disappears, and I'm just like, is it on? Is this thing recording? But no, okay. I love this baby so much. I really do. I think she's beautiful. She was my first completed baby, period, and she was my first baby that I did with heat snap paint. I started painting with heat snap paint in November of 24, and then she came about in December, and I was completely done with her in January of this year. So, Brandon's far from perfect, very far from perfect, but she is so stinking cute and so very beautiful. I processed and dyed her hair myself. This was raw kid mohair. They were giving out like 3 ounces for $20. So I definitely took advantage of that. They haven't had any for sale though since January, which I'm like, dang. But I do want to try different hair. I'm not too sad about it. I'm a little sad, but I do want to try different hair, just because you never know. You might like something more. You just got to give it a try. So I do think her hair is perfect though. It's got a lot of bone to it, a lot of curl to it, which is perfect for black babies. I didn't go crazy in the details with her, but I think, man, she is so cute. Oh my God. Love this baby. She stole her brother's shirt. I think that this is Luca's shirt. I have 2 bags of clothes. One bag, for big baby, which I really don't even have any right now. I have a few antiques that are like standing about 2 feet tall, like toddler size. But as far as reborn, I don't have any big ones right now. All my reborns are either miniature, preemies, or newborn, every last one of them. So, but I had Pickle, as you guys know, and I had a bag for her. It was so fun to shop for Pickle because the big clothes come in. You get so much variation. Pickle was styling and profiling. I sent most everything of what I bought for her with her new mommy, but I did keep a few things that I just couldn't bear to part with, like this one little white holiday dress. Oh my God! And this one little Old Navy, colorful heart jacket, but mostly everything I bought for her did go with her new mommy. But I got that bag, and then I have another bag for my newborn, for my preemies, and this was floating around in the bag, and I was like, you know what? That would be so cute on brand. So I went ahead and I popped it on her. I found this green bow that doesn't exactly match, but it's so cute. And these scratch mittens that had a little bit of green in it, and this is the cutest outfit ever. It's just a onesie, so no pants, but it's been like 90 degrees. Today it's like, I don't know, 80, 75. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. It's been so hot. But I love this baby. I think that she's beautiful. Despite her flaws and imperfections, I think she is still really realistic and really beautiful. The camera, per usual, is making her a bit lighter, just a bit, than she is in real life, a bit lighter. But as you can see, I gave her 3D skin. Let me zoom in a bit more. I gave her 3D skin. She's very textured, very textured. This girl, you don't have to worry about scratching her because I feel like it will make noise. I'm not gonna do that. But I feel like if I scratched her and put the mic up to her face, you would hear it. But I gave her the Lanugo, and excuse my red hand. Yeah, I was painting a little bit earlier, trying to practice, y'all. But I gave her Lanugo, painted Lanugo. It's not rooted. Painted Lanugo. I gave her the wetness in her eyes, barely their eyebrows. Gave her the lip milk blister and the milky lip. I gave her the wet eye like a newborn, gave her a little scratch, and I think she is just, man, a beautiful baby. So, okay, let's delve into our topic on custom dolls. This is one of the story times, so I don't want to give too much information. I want to save it for the story time. But a year ago, in August, for almost a year exactly, I tried to buy two custom dolls from a newer artist. And suffice to say, nothing against the lady, but she had, just like me, is not able to reproduce her work quite yet, and her work is not perfect either. That's okay. I love buying from new artists because we all have to start somewhere. Just like me, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to make sure she's not on this tripod, guys. Sorry, I don't want her to get scratched up, which I wouldn't be a concern. She's got that 3D very textured skin. But we all have to start from somewhere. We all have a beginning, so I don't judge. But I think the doll that I saw initially and fell in love with was her first, like one of her very first black babies, and very first darker complected baby. And I think she was still trying to learn the ropes of that, wrapping it up with a nice little bow. I'm a little traumatized from the experience, and will not do it again. I don't think. It's one artist I can think of. Her name is Super Kind. Mara Super Kind. She's on Instagram, and she does really beautiful babies, but her work is not cheap. As no custom is really cheap, if I'm honest. But I can think she would be somebody I would be willing to get a custom from because I love her work. She's able to do those skin tones and get it right, and get it, her style every time. So I would think about it real heavy. But at this point in my painting, I'd rather just invest in myself, take the money that I would spend on a custom and buy supplies, buy brushes, paint, whatever I would need to really horn in on my craft so that I can just do it myself. Nothing wrong with buying from other people. Don't get me wrong. But especially when it comes to customs, that can be so tricky because they're very expensive. A lot of times the artist will not even start on your custom until they've gotten a whole payment. Let's say, for example, the custom is $1,500 plus shipping. Um, and you put down 600 and you do a $300 or $400 a month payment plan until it's paid off, right? They will not start on your doll if they have another person that's paid their 1,500 in full. You will wait until your doll is completed, meaning that 9 times out of 10, by the time the doll is done, you've paid all the money for it. And a lot of times, artists have a no refund, no return policy. So if the doll doesn't come out to your liking and it's not what you thought it would be, you're kind of stuck with a doll that may not sell. The secondary market is very rough. I've been blessed enough to sell 3 dolls in the last couple of months, that I wasn't too fond of, but that was a blessing. The secondary market is tough. I think I mentioned to you guys that Chandler sat on the Facebook group for a year, over a year before I bought her. And she's a beautiful baby, to me anyway. So, and if you don't know who Chandler is, go back to my video. She's video number one. Um, and you can see her and all her details and things. That's Chandler, but she sat there for a year. The secondary market can be really tough. I see beautiful, beautiful babies at an amazing discount sit and just rot on Reborn, eBay, Facebook groups. They just rot because I don't know. Secondary market is tough. So when you're buying a doll, you want to know. You want to know that you love that doll because it may not sell right away or it may not sell at all. You might have to discount it a lot and then you're out of money and a doll. So I think for me, at least right now, no custom. Um, Now make paint to sell. Oh, that's something totally different because you can see the picture, know you like it, buy the dog, get the dog, yay! And again, like I mentioned in was it Enzo's video, Atlas video? I'm not sure, but I mentioned in one of my videos that just it was Atlas. Just because the pictures are great doesn't mean that you're gonna like the doll. That doesn't mean that. It might get in person and look totally different than the pictures and the videos, but at a minimum, you should like the baby's pictures and videos. At a minimum, you shouldn't buy a doll that you're not in love with on pictures and videos. And when you're getting a custom, you're basically just paying for a kit because there's no paint, nothing for you to see. You just have to go off of the artist's work and trust that they can replicate the work into something that you like. And if you don't, It can be a very lucky thing, not just for the collector, but for the artist as well. It can hurt your feelings a little bit. It can make you feel like you're not good enough. It could do a lot of things to you as an artist. And I'm not speaking from experience 'cause I have never done a custom, but I can only imagine if I paint a doll and somebody's like, I hate it, that wouldn't feel too great, right? So it's not fun for either party because we get very emotionally tied into these dolls and very emotionally connected to the dolls when you have a lot invested beyond just money. As a collector and as an artist, a lot of artists, this is their livelihood. Some artists, which this is a whole other topic, very, very deep. I don't even know if I'm like ready to delve into this on the channel yet, but some artists have explained how they have nothing left in life and they weren't able to go to college and get a degree, or they weren't able to meet a certain standard that they wanted their life to meet. And this is not coming from my mouth. I've literally heard them say it. I've seen videos, everything. They weren't able to reach a certain goal or standard in life, and they started painting reborns, and it made them have a sense of self-worth. So when you have a doll, a custom that the customer doesn't like, that can be very defeating to their self-esteem and their sense of self. So it's just a sucky thing both ways if it doesn't go good. If it goes great, it's amazing. I'm happy you're happy. You got a doll that you wanted, and your vision and my vision, and everybody's happy. Lowly, gumdrops and lollipops and stuff. But if it doesn't go well, it can be very demoralizing for both parties. So I don't know, like I said at this point, that I would be willing to do one. But have you guys done a custom? Is a custom something that you're interested in, or something that you would do? What are your feelings and opinions on customs? How much do you think that a custom should cost? Because prices are high. A lot of time for most artists, even a beginner artist, customs start at 1200. Now, the ones that I had were not that price. Now she does charge that much. Now she does. But back then it was not that much. But generally speaking, 1200 is the base. If it's more than that or less than that, those are like exceptions to the rule. But baseline, $1,200 starting, even for beginner artists. So it's not a cheap adventure by any stretch of the imagination. So you have to be very careful, in my opinion. But what are your guys' opinion? What do you think? So again, this is baby Brin, baby number 8. We are almost done, guys. One more Mohican um left. One more. And or you know what, that might not be, is that appropriate to say? I don't know. But one more baby, let's just say that, because I get, some things are sensitive, you just may not know. I don't know. Forgive me if that's a bad thing, I don't know. But one more baby left. One more. And I will do that video very shortly. I think this video is going to be uploaded separately, not today. Today is July 30th, Wednesday. I think I'm going to upload this video in a few days to give you guys a little breathing room in between Atlas's video. I just took advantage of the cool breeze and the cool air and the low lighting, very peaceful, very relaxing. So, baby number 8 is down, almost down to number 9. Now, y'all know I got my favorite baby out here in the duck. Let me show y'all his new outfit. Y'all already knew he was somewhere, not too far. Okay. He's got a new little Mickey outfit. Look at y'all's nephew. Oh my god. I love this baby. Okay. Quick peek in from the side. I don't want to make every video all about him, okay? I know y'all probably getting sick of him, okay? But I'm not. He's my favorite. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your opinions down in the comments below. Tell me what you think about it. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on customs. I have mine, pretty much a no for me. Beginner, intermediate, advanced. I don't know. I think it's more stressful um, than just seeing a doll you like and buying it, and it's more expensive too, generally speaking. So, but thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, your week, or your weekend, depending on when I upload this. And you guys stay cool if it's hot, stay dry if it's wet, and thank you so much for watching.